They lost all hope, the alien armada certain of victory, until a human warship appeared from the darkness, striking with deadly precision. See Earth fight back like never before. Subscribe now. The darkness of space stretched endlessly, cold and silent, a place where only the stars dared to shine. Then suddenly, a shadow moved across the void, vast and imposing, hundreds of alien ships emerging like a storm from the deep, their hulls glinting faintly under distant starlight. The alien armada moved with precision and confidence, a display of power that made even the bravest commanders of their kind feel awe. Each ship was a fortress, bristling with weapons that could obliterate entire planets, and yet to them, Earth was just another prize, a minor obstacle in the path of conquest. Inside the flagship, the alien leaders watched carefully, their eyes scanning every inch of the planet below. They expected cities to tremble, armies to break, and governments to surrender before they even arrived. Yet, as they looked down, nothing happened. Earth remained calm, almost serene. A planet seemingly unaware of the massive threat looming above. The aliens whispered among themselves, confusion and irritation growing with every passing second. How could a world so primitive show no fear? No signs of preparation, no response. Sensors on the alien ships began to pick up unusual readings, strange energy patterns rising from the planet's surface. Subtle but powerful, like a heartbeat hiding beneath layers of calm. They could not understand it. Their advanced technology failing to interpret the signals fully. The readings hinted at something hidden, something waiting in silence, and a ripple of unease passed through the armada. For the first time in centuries, the aliens faced a mystery, a puzzle that made them hesitate. Meanwhile, on Earth, humans moved in quiet urgency. Their eyes focused, hands steady, hearts full of resolve. They knew the ships were coming, the long-awaited invasion that every generation had feared. Yet they were ready, prepared in secret, not with panic, but with careful planning, and the knowledge that survival depended on courage and precision. Beneath the cities and oceans, behind hidden bases and cloaked stations, humanity's most advanced weapons lay in wait, silent and deadly. From orbit, the alien scouts sent reports back to the flagship, all data indicating nothing but normal activity on the planet, civilian life moving as usual. But the readings of hidden energy could not be ignored. Curiosity mingled with tension. They began to discuss tactics, formation, and timing, underestimating the humans' capacity for strategic genius, assuming the world below was weak, unprepared, and disposable. Their arrogance blinded them to the truth, the very essence of Earth's strength. As the fleet moved closer, the scale of the human world became clearer. Cities shimmered with lights, oceans reflected the sun, and vast forests stretched across continents. But there were no panicked evacuations, no signs of mass fear, only quiet determination. The aliens could not detect the hidden defenses, the shielded stations, or the prototypes of weapons beyond their imagination. Each ship moved with growing caution, sensors scanning and rescanning. Yet they could not detect what was hidden in plain sight. Within the flagship, tension mounted, a strange sense of foreboding settling over the alien commanders. Their confidence began to waver, subtle shifts in tone creeping into their communication. How could a world so small, so seemingly simple, hold such mystery? They had seen countless civilizations fall, watched planets surrender, yet here was Earth, calm, unshaken, an enigma in the vast emptiness of space. As the armada paused in orbit, thousands of eyes scanning, the humans watched from below. Their readiness unmatched, silent yet overwhelming. The stage was set, the players prepared for the first move, though the aliens did not know it yet. They thought they had arrived as masters of the void, yet Earth had its own master plan. And the first strike would come when they least expected it. The endless dark hiding secrets that could turn the tide of war forever. The ships hovered, a looming storm of metal and fire, while Earth waited, calm and resolute. The alien armada did not yet realize that this arrival was not the beginning of victory, but the start of a challenge unlike anything they had ever faced. A test that would show them the true strength of a species they thought they had conquered. And in that silent pause, the universe seemed to hold its breath. Panic rippled through the alien armada as unexpected problems began to surface. Their advanced sensors, which had once guaranteed them total control, now flickered and wavered, picking up anomalies that made no sense. Some ships drifted slightly off course, while others experienced systems glitches, the aliens exchanging worried signals among their command. What they had assumed would be an easy conquest now felt uncertain, threatening, a sense of unease spreading like wildfire through their ranks. Inside the flagship, alien leaders barked orders, attempting to regain control, their voices sharp with frustration. Yet the calm, precise human defenses seemed to mock their confidence. Each report coming from the scouts revealed more confusion, readings that could not be explained, energy fields behaving unpredictably, navigation systems subtly disrupted. The aliens realized that their usual strategies might fail, and the first hint of fear began to take hold, creeping into their once unshakable minds. Across the fleet, smaller battles began spontaneously, scouts and picket ships encountering invisible barriers, sudden bursts of interference, and untraceable attacks. The aliens struggled to understand how a planet they deemed weak could create such resistance. Confusion became fear as reports of losses started coming in. And even minor damage to their massive vessels seemed catastrophic to their morale. The perfect order of the Armada began to unravel, the once smooth formation now jagged and uncertain. Meanwhile, on Earth, the humans observed every movement from orbit and space-based stations. Their strategy was working, subtle yet effective. The disruptions that baffled the alien fleet were carefully engineered, invisible snares and traps lying in wait, designed to test the enemy, confuse them, and expose weaknesses. Scientists and commanders coordinated seamlessly, knowing that the first moments of panic could turn the tide of the battle. Each anomaly in space was not an accident, but a calculated maneuver, the result of years of secret preparation. Alien communications grew frantic, orders overlapping, signals becoming chaotic. Some commanders demanded retreat, while others insisted on pressing forward, neither side able to assert complete control. The psychological weight of uncertainty began to fracture their cohesion. The aliens had always relied on overwhelming technology and fear, but now their advantage seemed compromised by something invisible, something the humans had built not only to defend, but to intimidate in ways the aliens could not predict. The Alien War Council convened within the flagship, holographic displays showing ships drifting, formations breaking, energy spikes on the planetary surface. The leaders exchanged heated arguments, accusations flying, blaming scouts, faulty sensors, or even sabotage within their ranks. Yet none could find a true explanation, their confidence waning as they realized the humans were orchestrating a far more sophisticated defense than they had imagined. Panic turned to a quiet desperation, the calm arrogance of conquest replaced by tension and fear. As minor skirmishes broke out across the Armada, individual ships attempted risky maneuvers to correct their courses. Some collided with debris fields, others narrowly avoided catastrophic failures. The humans observed all of this in real time, adjusting their interventions to keep the aliens off balance. The psychological impact of seeing an ordered fleet descend into confusion weighed heavily. Each commander forced to make decisions under pressure, uncertain which path would save them from disaster. From the bridge of the flagship, the alien leaders tried to impose discipline, but the effects were limited. Their usual tactics of intimidation and brute force proved less effective when the enemy's defenses were invisible and precise. Panic spread like a contagion, even among the most seasoned soldiers who had never doubted victory. The alien morale, once unshakable, was now fragile, shaken by anomalies they could neither understand nor control. Below the chaos, humanity's hidden forces watched, ready to strike at the perfect moment. The panic in the alien armada created opportunities that had been carefully planned. Weaknesses exposed by confusion would soon be exploited, every moment of hesitation in the enemy ranks strengthening Earth's position. The humans did not gloat, but prepared quietly, knowing that patience and precision were the keys to survival. And soon, the first decisive blow would come when the aliens least expected it. The alien fleet, though vast and powerful, now faced its first true test, a confrontation that challenged not only their technology, but their confidence and cohesion. Panic had entered their ranks, turning strategy into chaos. The endless dark of space no longer felt safe, as the humans' quiet, calculated defenses began to show that what the aliens considered a simple victory was instead a trap. And the realization of this truth sent shockwaves through every ship in the Armada. Deep in the hidden corners of Earth's orbit, a massive warship stirred silently, its presence masked by decades of secrecy and advanced cloaking technology. It had been built far from prying eyes, a secret project that combined the brightest minds, the most skilled engineers, and the bravest pilots. Every detail of the vessel was designed with one purpose: to protect humanity from threats that no one could yet imagine. Its hull shimmered faintly under the light of distant stars, armor layered with materials stronger than anything the alien armada had encountered. Inside, the crew moved with quiet precision, trained for every possible scenario, their eyes sharp, hands steady, minds alert. These were the humans who would challenge the greatest fleet the galaxy had ever seen. Pilots prepared in simulators for attacks that mimicked every known alien tactic. Engineers monitored systems that could react in milliseconds to any threat. Strategists calculated maneuvers that would exploit enemy weaknesses, turning potential disaster into decisive advantage. The ship's weapon systems were unlike anything seen before, capable of launching devastating strikes with pinpoint accuracy, yet also flexible enough to adapt to unexpected conditions. Shielding technology bent light and energy around the vessel, rendering it almost invisible to the alien sensors. Communications and coordination were flawless, humans speaking in codes and signals that the alien intelligence could not comprehend. The warship itself seemed alive, a combination of technology and human ingenuity, ready to strike with ruthless efficiency. From observation decks and control rooms, the humans watched the alien fleet, analyzing every move, predicting their next steps. Each anomaly the aliens had experienced in space had been anticipated, a small part of the grand plan. The crew's calm confidence contrasted sharply with the panic unfolding in the Armada, every second of hesitation by the aliens strengthening Earth's position. The humans knew that timing would be critical, and that patience could turn fear into victory. The flagship of Earth's fleet, though massive, was designed for speed and agility, capable of weaving through enemy formations while delivering precise, destructive strikes. Its engines glowed faintly, hidden beneath cloaking fields, ready to propel the ship across thousands of kilometers in moments. The vessel's sensors could detect energy patterns, shield weaknesses, and communication anomalies, giving the humans a clear picture of the alien fleet's state. Every advantage leveraged with deadly efficiency. The crew communicated in hushed tones, each command calculated, each movement deliberate. They were not driven by fear but by determination, knowing that the fate of the planet rested on their shoulders. Every human on board understood the stakes, and yet their resolve never wavered. The engineers fine-tuned weapon systems, while the pilots ran final simulations. The strategists recalculated trajectories, all converging toward a single moment when humanity would reveal its true strength. As the warship moved silently through the endless dark, it became more than a machine. It became a symbol of human ingenuity and resilience, a testament to the species' ability to adapt, innovate, and survive against overwhelming odds. The alien armada, vast and confident, remained unaware of the true threat hidden in their blind spot. Their arrogance blinded them, preventing them from seeing the immense power waiting patiently in the void. The humans, on the other hand, observed, calculated, and prepared, ready to turn stealth into devastating advantage. Every system aboard the ship hummed with life, from weapon arrays to cloaking devices, navigation to communications, each part working in perfect harmony, a machine designed to survive and dominate. The humans had learned from centuries of observation, war, and strategy, creating something that could not be ignored. A warship capable of challenging even the most advanced alien fleet. The crew felt a mixture of calm and anticipation, the kind that comes from knowing their preparation would soon be tested. As the hidden vessel drifted closer to the alien fleet, the scale of its presence remained a secret, a phantom among the stars. Yet within the ship, every crew member felt the weight of responsibility, knowing that the first strike they delivered could change the course of history. The warship was ready, its systems primed, its people focused, waiting for the precise moment when decades of planning and ingenuity would be unleashed, humanity's secret weapons standing silently in the endless dark. The aliens, confident and unaware, continued their approach, never suspecting that the storm waiting for them was not a fleet, but a single, unmatched warship, capable of turning their panic into chaos. The humans' patience, discipline, and strategy created an invisible tension in space, a calm before a storm that would reshape the battle. Every second of waiting strengthened their advantage, and soon, the warship would move from hiding into action, the first sign that Earth's secret was far deadlier than the aliens could ever imagine. The human warship glided silently through the darkness of space, its engines masked by advanced cloaking technology. Every movement was calculated, precise, as it approached the alien armada, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The massive fleet ahead was confident, unaware of the threat moving undetected among them. Their formation stretched across kilometers, powerful yet vulnerable to a well-timed assault. Without warning, the warship sprang into action, launching a coordinated strike that caught the aliens completely off guard. Beams of concentrated energy shot from hidden turrets, striking key points on multiple ships at once. Explosions lit up the void, illuminating the alien vessels in flashes of fire and debris. Confusion spread immediately, the aliens struggling to understand how a single vessel could wreak such havoc. Their sensors malfunctioned as the warship used advanced electronic interference, jamming communications and targeting systems. The alien fleet attempted to regroup, sending orders through garbled channels, but their commands were too late. The human ship moved with impossible agility, weaving through the armada, targeting weak points, exploiting gaps in formation. Every shot fired was precise, every maneuver calculated to maximize damage while minimizing risk. The aliens, used to relying on sheer numbers and firepower, found themselves outmatched by strategy, speed, and ingenuity. Inside the warship, the crew worked in perfect synchronization, each member performing their role with flawless timing. Pilots maneuvered with expert skill, adjusting speed and trajectory to avoid incoming fire. Engineers monitored weapons and shields, ready to respond instantly to any anomaly. Strategists analyzed the battlefield in real time, sending commands that kept the ship one step ahead of the enemy. The atmosphere was tense yet calm, a blend of focus and confidence, knowing that their preparation was paying off. The alien commanders, once proud and arrogant, were now in panic, their fleet breaking apart under the relentless assault. Ships collided or drifted out of formation, unable to respond effectively. Sensors failed to detect the invisible warship, leaving them blind to its attacks. Panic turned into chaos as smaller vessels were destroyed or forced into retreat. The psychological shock of being attacked by a seemingly single, unstoppable force shook the alien morale to its core. Meanwhile, on Earth, observers watched the battle unfold from hidden stations, their calculations and predictions coming to life. Each strike hit exactly where it was intended, confirming the years of preparation and advanced engineering. Humanity's secret weapon was proving more effective than anyone had dared to hope. The warship's cloaking technology allowed it to appear and vanish at will, making the aliens hesitate, question, and react too late, every move of the human vessel leaving a trail of destruction. The aliens tried counterattacks, launching missiles and energy blasts, but the warship anticipated them all. Shielding technology deflected the most powerful strikes, and evasive maneuvers avoided the rest. The humans turned their defenses into offenses, using the alien weapons against them in clever, unexpected ways. The Armada, once a symbol of unstoppable power, now seemed fragile, vulnerable to a force they could not see or predict. As the battle raged, individual alien ships began to retreat. Others were obliterated completely. The warship targeted command vessels first, cutting off leadership and coordination, leaving the rest of the fleet in confusion. One by one, the alien ships fell into disarray, their numerical advantage meaningless against the precision and planning of humanity's secret weapon. The void of space was filled with floating debris, fire, and twisted metal, silent witnesses to the destruction caused by a single, unmatched ship. Inside the flagship, alien leaders shouted orders in desperation, their confidence shattered. Every plan they had relied on crumbled, the warship moving with deadly efficiency. They could not comprehend how humans, a supposedly primitive species, had built such a formidable vessel. Fear replaced arrogance as they realized the battle was no longer in their control. The human warship was not just attacking, It was rewriting the rules of engagement, proving that intelligence, preparation, and precision could overcome even the greatest technological advantage. As the first wave of destruction settled, the human warship remained intact, unharmed, its crew ready for the next stage of battle. The aliens could only watch in disbelief. Their formations scattered, their pride shattered. Humanity's secret had been revealed, a single ship capable of turning panic into devastation. The endless darkness of space now held a new force, one that would change the outcome of the conflict and leave the alien armada questioning everything they thought they knew about war. As the battle intensified, the human warship continued to weave through the alien armada with unmatched precision. Each maneuver was calculated to exploit weaknesses the aliens did not even know existed. Their formations, once tight and formidable, now fractured under the relentless assault. Every strike from the human vessel targeted vital systems, engines, weapons arrays, communications, crippling the fleet's ability to respond. The aliens, confident in their technology and numbers, struggled to adapt, their arrogance now a dangerous liability. The warship moved like a predator through the void, its sensors scanning continuously for vulnerabilities. Pilots adjusted speed and trajectory in real time, avoiding incoming fire while positioning themselves for maximum impact. Engineers worked seamlessly to maintain shields, redirecting energy to strengthen defenses wherever the alien fleet pressed hardest. Strategists monitored the battle from multiple angles, issuing commands that kept the ship one step ahead. Every action reinforced the humans' control over the chaos they had created. Alien commanders tried to regroup, sending signals to coordinate a counterattack, but their efforts were disorganized, too slow to respond to the human warship's swift and precise strikes. Ships attempted evasive maneuvers, but each move was anticipated, intercepted, or neutralized. Smaller vessels panicked, colliding with one another or drifting helplessly, unable to maintain formation. The aliens' reliance on brute force and superior numbers had failed against a force guided by strategy, intelligence, and anticipation. From hidden stations on Earth, strategists monitored the unfolding chaos, their predictions proving accurate. Every movement of the alien fleet matched what had been calculated, the humans' preparation turning the tide of battle. Subtle traps laid in orbit and in the depths of space forced the aliens into reactive positions. Their confusion multiplied as they struggled to understand the seemingly invisible warship. Each disruption in their formation was exploited with surgical precision, turning panic into vulnerability. The warship unleashed wave after wave of coordinated strikes, disabling key vessels and leaving others exposed. Its energy weapons carved paths through the armada, while its electronic interference rendered alien targeting systems useless. Missiles and laser arrays were launched with deadly accuracy, striking before the aliens could even react. The human vessel's ability to attack and defend simultaneously made it nearly untouchable. Every movement demonstrated not just power, but strategic brilliance, a combination the aliens had never faced. Inside the warship, the crew remained calm, their focus unwavering. Pilots and engineers acted in perfect synchronization, weapons ready, shields optimized, movements precise. The tension of battle was met with discipline and confidence. The humans had trained for this moment, every contingency considered, and their preparation allowed them to exploit every error the alien fleet made. The warship became more than a machine. It became a symbol of human ingenuity and resolve. The alien armada, vast though it was, could not maintain cohesion under the pressure. Ships fell into disarray, collisions and miscalculations spreading confusion. Communications broke down as panic spread among their ranks. The leaders realized too late that their initial advantage had been nullified. Their technology could not compensate for the humans' superior strategy and timing. Every misstep was amplified, every hesitation punished, and the once feared fleet now teetered on the edge of collapse. As the human warship pressed its advantage, it exploited weak points with calculated strikes, targeting command vessels first, cutting off leadership and communication. Isolated units of the alien fleet struggled desperately to respond, their attacks ineffective against the warship's shields and maneuverability. The psychological impact of losing control was profound, morale plummeting as the aliens realized the humans were dictating the terms of battle. Their confidence shattered, fear replacing the arrogance that had once driven their invasion. Amid the chaos, the warship demonstrated an ability to adapt, responding instantly to new threats and changing conditions. Each move seemed to anticipate the aliens' next step, turning their aggression into self-destructive mistakes. The humans' patience and timing allowed them to strike decisively, hitting targets at the perfect moment to maximize disruption. Every maneuver reinforced the lesson that raw power alone was not enough. Intelligence and preparation could change the course of war. By the end of this relentless engagement, the alien armada was no longer a unified force, their formations shattered, command broken, and key vessels destroyed. The human warship remained unharmed, moving through the wreckage with purpose, ready for the next stage of the battle. Humanity had turned what seemed like a hopeless fight into an overwhelming advantage, demonstrating that precision, strategy, and courage could overcome even the greatest technological superiority. The endless dark of space now belonged to the humans, at least for this crucial moment, and the aliens were left scrambling to survive. The alien leaders, desperate and furious, realized their fleet was unraveling under the relentless assault of the human warship. Every attempt to restore order seemed to fail, as the humans anticipated each maneuver, turning their attacks into traps. Panic spread across the armada, commanders shouting frantic orders, but their voices were lost in the chaos. Confusion ruled the battlefield, ships drifting apart, weapon systems misfiring, and communication lines jammed. In a last attempt to regain control, the aliens unleashed their most powerful weapons, energy beams and missiles that could obliterate entire squadrons in a single strike. Their massive capital ships fired relentlessly, hoping to crush the lone human vessel before it could inflict more damage. Yet the warship moved with unmatched agility, shields absorbing or deflecting the attacks. Electronic countermeasures scrambled the alien targeting systems, rendering their assaults ineffective. Every strike the humans delivered was met with strategy and precision, while every alien attack failed to find its mark. The alien fleet tried coordinated maneuvers, rotating their forces, concentrating firepower on one point, but the humans anticipated each action, responding with calculated counterattacks. Isolated alien ships were destroyed quickly, their attempts at retreat blocked by the warship's precise positioning. The humans exploited every weakness in the enemy formation, turning confusion into opportunity. The aliens' numerical advantage became irrelevant, as the human warship dictated the flow of battle, forcing their enemy to react instead of act. Inside the warship, the crew operated with perfect synchronization, each pilot and engineer knowing exactly what the others were doing. The strategists monitored the battlefield, analyzing every movement, sending commands that allowed the ship to respond instantly to new threats. Weapons fired with flawless timing, shields adjusted in real time, and evasive maneuvers executed to perfection. Every member of the crew understood the stakes, and their focus never wavered. The human warship was not just a vessel. It was a coordinated machine of destruction and defense, unmatched in its execution. The alien leaders, realizing that brute force alone could not overcome the humans, grew more desperate, resorting to reckless attacks, launching waves of missiles and energy blasts with little regard for coordination. Their fear and confusion amplified mistakes, collisions between ships increasing, systems failing under pressure. The psychological impact was devastating, even seasoned commanders doubting their own decisions. The human strategy was not only physical, but mental, forcing the aliens into errors that compounded their losses. Every wave of alien attack was met by a calculated response, each maneuver exploiting gaps in their formation. The warship targeted command ships and communication hubs, isolating units and preventing any coordinated retaliation. Smaller vessels were disabled or destroyed before they could pose a serious threat. The aliens realized too late that the humans had studied their tactics, predicting their moves, and countering them with precision. The armada, once confident and overwhelming, now faced total collapse. Despite their advanced technology, the aliens could not match the humans' combination of preparation, strategy, and adaptability. Every attempt at improvisation was anticipated, neutralized, or turned against them. The warship continued to weave through the battlefield, a phantom of destruction, appearing where least expected, its attacks both surgical and overwhelming. The aliens' sense of control evaporated, replaced by desperation and fear. every passing moment highlighting their vulnerability. From hidden command centers on Earth, observers tracked the battle, adjusting tactics, supporting the warship's actions. The humans had prepared for every eventuality, their patience and planning allowing them to exploit the alien panic fully. The warship became the centerpiece of a perfectly executed strategy, striking with precision, shielding against the most dangerous attacks, and maneuvering in ways the aliens could not predict. Each action reinforced the humans' dominance in the fight. As the alien counteroffensive faltered, the warship pressed forward relentlessly, turning each failed attack into an opportunity to strike again, targeting critical vessels and leaving chaos in its wake. The aliens' desperation reached its peak, their confidence shattered completely. The humans' calm and calculated assault contrasted sharply with the alien frenzy. Every move a reminder that strategy, intelligence, and timing could overcome overwhelming force, and the warship became the embodiment of human ingenuity and courage. By the end of the engagement, the alien fleet was fragmented, disorganized, and struggling to survive. Their last hope for turning the battle had failed, destroyed not by numbers or weapons alone, but by the humans' ability to anticipate, adapt, and strike with ruthless precision. The warship remained unscathed, poised and ready, a symbol of unstoppable human determination. The aliens, despite their desperation, could only retreat, their plans in ruins. And the humans proved that even the most powerful adversaries could be overcome with courage, strategy, and intelligence. Surrounded on all sides, the alien fleet was in complete disarray, their ships damaged, their formations broken, and their command structure failing. Fear spread through their ranks as they realized that the humans were in full control of the battle. Each attempted maneuver or counterattack was anticipated and countered with precision, turning every effort into disaster. The aliens, who had once believed their power unstoppable, now faced the harsh reality of their vulnerability. The human warship moved through the battlefield like a ghost, striking targets with unerring accuracy while remaining almost untouchable. Its shields deflected the most devastating attacks, while its weapons struck the most critical points of enemy vessels. Each move demonstrated strategy, intelligence, and experience, qualities the aliens had never fully respected. The human crew's coordination and discipline amplified the warship's power. Making it more than a machine, it was a force of nature. Alien commanders tried desperately to rally their scattered forces, but communication lines were severed, and coordination had become impossible. Ships drifted aimlessly, some destroyed before they could respond, others retreating in confusion. The warship exploited every weakness, cutting off retreat routes, targeting command ships first, and isolating small squadrons for destruction. The psychological impact on the alien soldiers was profound, panic replacing confidence, doubt replacing arrogance. Every strike by the human warship was calculated to inflict maximum disruption, not just physical damage. Sensors detected weak points in shields, structural vulnerabilities, and poorly coordinated formations, allowing the humans to exploit them instantly. Pilots adjusted their flight paths to avoid incoming fire while positioning for optimal attack angles. Engineers monitored weapons and shields, constantly recalibrating for maximum effectiveness. The battle became a showcase of strategy over brute force, intelligence over sheer numbers. The aliens, desperate and exhausted, attempted massive coordinated assaults, concentrating all remaining strength on the warship, hoping to overwhelm it. Yet each move was anticipated, deflected, or neutralized. The humans turned even the aliens' most powerful weapons against them, using precise timing and advanced countermeasures. Ships that had once seemed invincible were now helpless before the warship's calculated attacks. One by one, the alien vessels succumbed to the relentless pressure, unable to adapt to a force they could neither see nor predict. From Earth, observers watched the chaos unfold, every action confirming their calculations. The warship's strategy was flawless, combining patience, timing, and precision to keep the enemy off balance. Each move amplified the effects of the last, while the aliens grew more desperate, more panicked. Their technological superiority mattered little against the humans' coordination and foresight. Every failure for the aliens was a success for humanity, a step closer to victory. Inside the warship, the crew remained calm, focused, and ready. Pilots executed maneuvers with flawless timing. Engineers maintained shields and weapons, and strategists continuously analyzed the battlefield. Their training and preparation allowed them to anticipate threats and respond instantly. The humans had turned what could have been a chaotic battle into a controlled symphony of destruction, where every move reinforced their advantage. The aliens could react only, never act, and their desperation only played into the humans' hands. The alien fleet, though large and powerful, was no match for the warship's speed, precision, and planning. Groups of ships tried to escape, but the humans isolated them and destroyed them methodically. Communication breakdowns left leaders unable to coordinate, and morale plummeted as more and more ships fell. Each loss amplified the sense of hopelessness, and the alien soldiers began to accept that their battle was lost. The humans, however, were tireless, exploiting every error, leaving no opportunity for the enemy to recover. As the battle continued, the warship became more than a weapon. It was a symbol, a statement to the galaxy that humanity would not be defeated. Each strike, each maneuver, each calculated attack demonstrated the resilience and ingenuity of Earth's defenders. The aliens' last hope for turning the tide had vanished, their fleet fragmented, and their morale shattered. The warship pressed its advantage relentlessly, ensuring that no recovery was possible. By the end of the engagement, the alien fleet was surrounded, outmaneuvered, and broken, their numbers and power irrelevant against the human strategy, timing, and courage. The warship moved through the remnants of the enemy, maintaining complete control. Its presence alone a warning that Earth was not a world to be underestimated. Humanity's secret weapon had proven unstoppable, leaving the aliens with nothing but retreat and the bitter taste of defeat. The endless dark of space now held a new master, and the humans had shown that courage, intelligence, and preparation could overcome even the greatest threat. The alien fleet, shattered and scattered, had no choice but to retreat. Their ships damaged, formations broken, and morale destroyed. The human warship moved through the remnants of the battle with quiet precision, surveying the chaos it had created. Every remaining alien vessel faced the same realization. Earth's defenders were not only powerful, but unmatched in strategy and resolve. The endless dark of space now belonged to humanity, at least for this moment. The warship emerged from the smoke and debris of battle, its hull glowing faintly under distant starlight, shields intact, weapons systems fully operational, and crew alert and ready for any remaining threats. Its presence alone sent a message across the void. Humanity was not a species to be conquered, but a force to be respected. The aliens, watching from a distance, could do nothing but flee, leaving behind the wreckage of their pride and arrogance. Their invasion, once confident and unstoppable, had ended in total failure. Inside the warship, the crew moved with purpose and calm, surveying the battlefield, assessing damage, and preparing for the next stage. Even in victory, discipline remained. Every pilot, engineer, and strategist focused on ensuring the ship's continued readiness. Communications with Earth confirmed that the planet below was safe, that humanity had survived the first strike of the alien armada. The crew understood that their success was the result of preparation, coordination, and the courage to act decisively. The alien armada, now reduced to fragments, struggled to regroup, their leaders in disbelief at the scale of their defeat. Once proud commanders could only watch as their technology and numbers had been outmatched by a single human vessel. Their arrogance had blinded them to the truth of humanity's ingenuity, and the cost of underestimating their opponent was now clear. The warship's calculated attacks had shattered both ships and morale, leaving survivors to retreat in confusion and fear. As the humans continued to secure the area, scanning for any remaining threats, they demonstrated that their victory was not just physical, but psychological. The destruction of the alien fleet sent a clear signal across the galaxy. Humanity could not be ignored, underestimated, or defeated easily. Every movement of the warship reinforced this message, each strike, each maneuver proving the skill and determination of its crew. The endless dark of space had become a stage on which humanity had asserted its strength, and the aliens were forced to acknowledge their failure. Reports from the surviving aliens confirmed the extent of the damage. Capital ships destroyed, smaller vessels lost, supply lines severed, and their command structure in ruins. Their retreat was not only tactical, but a desperate attempt to preserve what little remained. The humans, however, remained vigilant, knowing that any attempt to regroup could still pose a threat. The warship patrolled the area, ensuring the enemy had no chance to recover, maintaining dominance over the battlefield. The crew of the warship, though victorious, did not celebrate prematurely. Their attention remained on strategy, defense, and readiness. Every system was checked, every weapon calibrated, and every pilot prepared for future engagement. The battle had proven humanity's ability to defend itself against even the most formidable foes, and the warship embodied the spirit of determination, intelligence, and resilience. Its very presence was a deterrent, a statement to any who might consider threatening Earth again. As the alien forces fled into the darkness, their retreat leaving a trail of wreckage, humanity's victory became clear. The warship emerged not just as a weapon, but as a symbol of hope, strength, and ingenuity. Its success would be remembered across the galaxy, a story of courage, planning, and decisive action. The aliens had underestimated humans, and the result was catastrophic. Every lesson of the battle, every tactic employed, reinforced the truth that strategy, preparation, and bravery could overcome even overwhelming odds. From orbit, the humans looked down on their planet, safe and intact. Their hidden defenses had worked perfectly, and the warship had executed its mission flawlessly. The alien retreat marked the end of the immediate threat, but also the beginning of humanity's legend as a species that could challenge the strongest forces in the galaxy. The battle had proven that Earth's defenders, armed with intelligence, courage, and advanced technology, were more than capable of protecting their home, and the universe had taken notice. With the alien fleet scattered and defeated, the human warship moved through the remnants of space, surveying the battlefield and preparing to return home. The victory was complete, the mission a success, and humanity's place in the galaxy secure. The endless dark of space, once threatening, now highlighted humanity's triumph. A single warship had turned the tide, destroyed the enemy's confidence, and demonstrated that courage, intelligence, and preparation could overcome even the greatest threat, leaving the alien armada to retreat, humbled and broken, while the legend of Earth's Deathworlders spread across the stars.